Let me ask you a quick question. Why is it that when Adidas seem to tackle the Midlands, or Birmingham specifically, it always seems to have issues? Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Special Rod. I'm your host Ronnie Parsons, as you all know. Welcome back to part 3 and the final episode of me reviewing and discussing the 2010 anniversary size City Series jackets and track tops. As I said in the last video, I have saved the best till last, the Adidas Birmingham jacket. I know what you're probably thinking, this jacket has seen better days. But this is just a common byproduct and something that seems to happen to the Adidas Birmingham. These arms never stay intact. I think it's safe to say that the arms have seen better days. It seemed that before Lee owned this absolute beauty, it had two previous owners, Freddy Krueger and Edward Scissorhands. Now the Birmingham jacket is completely unique, not only to me as a personal note being from the Midlands, but also to the whole 2010 City Series anniversary jackets lineup. You had the three Firebirds with the London, Dublin and Cardiff, and then you had the two superstars with the Glasgow and Manchester, whereas the Adidas Birmingham jacket is a varsity wool sort of like American Letterman jacket with pop studs and leather arms. What was leather arms anyway. Don't get me wrong, it is still the same style as the Superstar with the same seams on the side, the same sort of collar and even the same pockets. But the differences lie with the press studs, the actual material of the whole jacket itself and just the whole identity of the Adidas Birmingham jacket. Now the components that make up the Adidas Birmingham jacket, it was made in China and it was manufactured in December of 2010. It is 60% polyester, 30% wool, obviously this purple bit and all over the jacket, and then it says 10% on the sleeves is rayon. I'm not too sure what that is, I'm guessing it's this PVC leather type material. It's got a beautiful brown interior and it really encapsulates the colourway and the history behind the Adidas Birmingham shoe. The purple to represent the Cadbury's factory and then the inner colour being brown, obviously like the brown gum sole, to represent the whole chocolate aspect of Cadbury. Now this jacket is absolutely unbelievable, it's an absolute beauty. It's again the little details, the gold detailing on the side. It's got a different Adidas logo up the top once again, which is a common theme with a lot of these size City Series jackets. They've never kept consistent with the labels inside, but I guess that just adds to the charm. Like I said, it was made in China in December of 2010, so that could also have something different to do with it. I'm not too sure on that front. Spinning it round on the back, you've got the 1 in 300 once again, similar to all the others, but this time we've got something different with a big trefoil sort of stamped, embroidered is probably the best word to say, on the back. So I think they knew going forward, especially when they decided to do a Birmingham, I think they knew that they were going to do something special with it, because Birmingham, the jacket got the ultimate treatment compared to the others that we've seen so far. But we've got to address the elephant in the room. What is going on with these arms? It's flaking all over the floor, it's flaking all over my hands. What is going on? I spoke to Lee about it and I was just like, what's the crack with this? How's it ended up in this condition? I thought he'd worn it and it just sort of caught it on a fence or something, I don't know. But he says he's never worn it, and doing a bit more digging and a lot more speaking to people that do own this jacket as well, is that it's synonymous with cracking on the arms, and it's this sort of, it's not a proper leather, because to me, I thought leather won't perish. It's only 15 years old. There's a lot of jackets out there that are 30 years old and maybe they're cracking a tiny bit, but not as much as this has. It's more of that PVC leather. So it's a very weird, and it just flakes off whenever you pick it. I don't want to pick at it too much, but you pick up a little tiny bit or you shake the jacket a tiny bit and it flakes all over the floor. It's like a kid with dandruff has just walked in and started headbanging. And one thing I'd like to quickly mention is there's a common theme with Birmingham and the size City Series 18s from 2010. So the jacket, it's obviously peeling and this whole thing's cracked, and a lot of people, like I've said, they've had jackets and they've said their jackets have cracked as well. But also the trainers, they're commonly known for having oil on the toe box. So why is it that when the Midlands get shown some love by Adidas, there's always common faults and defects with them. What's going on? Fingers crossed there's no defects with the newly released Adidas Birmingham, because that's not what the Midlands is about. With a strong central point in the country, and we've provided the UK and the rest of the world with a lot of great things. We've provided great music such as Black Sabbath, ELO, The Move, Wizard, Duran Duran, to name but a few. Great TV shows like Peaky Blinders, and also great filmmakers like Shane Meadows and yours truly, Ronnie Parsons. Now I'd like to take a moment to say something, that this is a bit of a surreal experience for me, to having the 1 in 300 Adidas Birmingham jackets in my possession, in my room, in my house, just even to see it with my own eyes and handle it properly. It's just a weird experience for me, starting this channel last year and being able to make connections and then, you know, get my hands on things like this to do videos on. It's just a bit mental, really. There's one thing I always do when I go into Birmingham. I always go into the size store, no matter what, and I always look in the display cabinet and see the Adidas Birmingham from 2010, and then also look at the jacket. It's just weird to think that I've gone into size all these years, all these days, looked in the cabinet, looked at the jacket, and then here we are today, and it's right next to me. It's just weird to think. It's just weird. It's definitely one ticked off the bucket list for me. But the next step is to get a pair of Adidas Birmingham from 2010 and also try and get my hands on the jacket. But I've seen the advert on eBay. I don't fancy paying £3 grand just yet. So my closing thoughts, the Adidas Birmingham jacket, what an absolute beauty this is. I mean, just look at the state of it. Everyone wants one. It's just a common fact. People can say what they want. Everyone wants one of these in their possession because it's an absolute beauty. And just the state of it, it's unbelievable. Once again, a massive thank you to Lee Mitchell for lending me the jackets to do these videos on. If you ever see Lee out and about, make sure you buy him a pint. She's an absolute legend. Thank you all for watching this 3-part mini-series of me reviewing and discussing the 2010 Size City Series anniversary jackets. Let us know in the comments which is your favourite. Is it the Birmingham? Is your Birmingham intact if you still have one? Please let me know down below. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Special Ron. I've been your host, Ronnie Parsons, and I'll see you at some point in the near future.